Hello, my name's Mark Moxham and I'm the author of the Snack.Box Diet. The Snack.Box Diet is a real book. You can buy it on Amazon or you can buy it in any good bookshop. A bit later on I'd like to tell you about a free course you can get from this website and how you can download the book as an electronic version so you don't have to wait for it to be delivered. So you might be thinking, what do I need to know about another diet for? And frankly, when it comes to looking at yet another diet, I expect you to be a bit skeptical, as I know I would be if I hadn't heard about it before. And that's good. I don't want you to do anything that was going to be detrimental to your health in any way. But you know, if you look at the way we get fat, the truth of the matter is that none of us get fat overnight. Getting fat is a process that takes time. And if you're like me, well, I took 3 years to pork out, you probably put on quite a lot of weight before you admitted to yourself that something needed to be done about it. Personally, I can see now that all through that time, my unconscious mind was helping me to cover up the fact that I was getting fat. To this day, I still don't know how every time I went to buy a new pair of trousers, for instance, that I managed to justify the fact that they had to be bigger than the last pair I'd bought. Neither could I see at the time how I managed to fool myself into thinking that the reason I needed a bigger shirt was because I was becoming more manly. Hindsight, of course, is a wonderful thing, and I now realize exactly how it was I managed to get through those few years. It was simply my unconscious mind helping me to cover up the truth that was poking me in the eye every time I looked in the mirror. Again, and now I look back on it, getting fat was indeed a life-changing experience. Let's face it, there were many things that I just stopped doing because I was carrying excess blubber. Things like doing sports, or going to the beach, or going anywhere where I might have to take my clothes off and reveal what was underneath. Those types of things just didn't seem attractive to me anymore. So I started doing things that were less active, and strange enough, were also ones that gave me more of an opportunity to eat. I suppose really that shouldn't be much of a surprise. But just like it takes time to put on excess fat, it should also take a reasonable amount of time to get rid of it once and for all. Yeah, okay, you can go on a crash diet and lose 10 pounds by this time yesterday. Well, if you believe the hype, you can. But even if we haven't experienced it ourselves, I bet you know at least one person who's done a crash diet only to put the weight straight back on again. And you know, just like our unconscious mind can help us to hide the wobbly truth from ourselves, it can also be used, or trained if you like, to help us get rid of those wobbly bits once and for all as well. Remember, proper fat loss should take time. But the good thing is, when you do it properly, you only have to do it once. So, before we go any further, let me take a little bit of time to tell you how the Snack.Box diet works. The first thing about the Snack.Box diet is that it's been designed to overcome the many faults and failings that will trip you up on virtually every other diet you can find around today. Most diets fall down in the fact that they don't give you enough to eat. That means that you very quickly feel hungry, which leaves you open to enormous amounts of temptation, which, if you're like me, you'll probably give in to quite quickly. Yet other diets may allow you to eat a bit more, but then they'll insist that you count calories, which is the sort of chore that most of us don't succeed with at all. Yet other diets will confuse you by allowing you to only eat certain types of food on one day, a different food the next day, and yet another type of food the day after that. And very soon it's like you just don't know where you are. Diets like that are just far too complicated. And on top of that, with virtually all those diets, the food you're allowed to eat is never satisfying enough. The Snack.Box diet has been designed, or engineered if you like, to overcome most of these types of problems, in that it gives you a very simple daily plan to follow. Not only that, you get a weekly shopping list, so you know exactly what you have to buy from week to week, and that really takes the hassle out of getting fit and losing fat. After all, if you want to know what you're supposed to be eating on a particular day, just look at the daily planner. If you want to know what you're supposed to be buying, just look at the weekly shopping list. It couldn't be simpler. But then the Snack.Box diet goes one step further. While most diets treat your body as just a biological machine, on the Snack.Box diet we remember that we are more than just a body. All of us have emotions, we have desires, we have wants and needs. All of us have a mind that's capable of independent thought, of reasoning, of understanding. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, well, we just aren't stupid. And if you're following some diets, it doesn't take your mind very long to work out that your body's needs aren't being satisfied by what that particular diet is allowing you to eat. And very soon, without even realizing it, well, we start to nibble at things that our bodies are craving. And before long, the nibbling turns into munching, and the munching turns into having just a small portion. After all, it can't hurt. And the odd small portion turns into a full-blown binge. And well, after that, well, the diet's gone straight out the window. So what if you could have a diet that not only satisfied your body's needs, but also stopped temptation creeping up on you in the first place? And, at the same time, helped train your mind into understanding that eating the right type of food was the best way to go. In a nutshell, that's exactly what the Snack.Box diet does. It gives you good, honest, nutritious and satisfying food every day, and it gives you the tools to not only retrain your mind, but also to retrain your body to desire foods that are good for it. Okay, so that's a little bit of an oversimplification, but I'm sure you get the idea of why the Snack.Box diet is so effective. It takes away nearly all of the problems you get with other diets, and at the same time you get satisfying food to eat and the tools you need to overcome the difficulties that you might face as you move on to becoming the new you. For me, getting fat was indeed a life-changing experience, although not one that I can say did me any good whatsoever. Carrying around excess fat does change the way that we are. It changes the way that we behave both in ourselves and towards others. By the same token, getting rid of fat was for me an even greater life-changing experience, but this time, as I said, for the better. And I'm sure it will be for you as well. I don't mind if you don't buy anything from this website, but I would like to make sure you go away with something useful. What I'd really like to do is give you something that I actually made for myself as an aid to myself. It's an extract from a book I wrote a few years ago that's been condensed into a short training course. I hope it will aid your understanding of how to use the power of your mind to help you achieve the body you want. To get it, simply put your name and email address in the form under this video, and I'll send you the first part straight away. There are no catches, there's no surprises, and I promise to treat your email address with the utmost care and security. Now, it may be that you can already see that joining the Snack.Box Diet Members Club is for you, and if that's so, well, just click the green button below. That'll get you the full version of the Snack.Box Diet and so much more. Whatever you decide to do, make sure that you at least do something. Taking action is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. So whether you just want to go for the free training course, or whether you'd like to step up and join the Snack.Box Diet Members Club, is of course entirely up to you, but do make sure you at least do one or the other. After all, you owe it to yourself. This is Mark Moxham wishing you all the very best until the next time.